Um, Dear students, we are going to learn about experiment number 2, that is about basic SQL commands. Mainly, we are going to learn about DML statement, data manipulation language statements. This is for adding, modifying, and deleting some of the contents of the database as well as the tables. Here we are going to learn the corresponding commands of select, insert, update, and delete. How to perform these four main operations in SQL. So one by one we are going to learn. First we are going to learn about the insert query. So insert command which is mainly used for inserting a new record or creating a new record set in a particular table. So for that we are using the syntax. It goes like this: insert into table name, and then you have to mention only for the particular columns alone. You want to insert the values, then you have to mention all these columns in bracket, and then it is followed by values, and you have to mention first value, second value, and third value of the corresponding columns. In the same order you have to mention the values, and if the values are in type varchar, then you have to enclose it in single quote, and if it is an integer, then it is not supposed to be in single quote. In case if that is also supposed to be described as varchar, then it is supposed to be included in single quote. So this is how you have to mention the value. Or otherwise, in general, you are going to give values for all the columns, then you no need to specify the column name. Directly you can mention insert into table name values of one by one value you can mention, and the query is supposed to ends with semicolon. So here there is a sample query which is given: insert into table name. Um, that is, the table name is customer, and inside this customer table we can able to see we have inserted some of the values like customer name, the contact number, and the postal code, and the values of customer name is this one, contact name is this one, and the postal code, same order you have to mention. When you execute, a table with one record set will be created. One complete row will be added inside the particular table. This is how you can execute one by one insert query. N number of records you can create. The second query we are going to learn about the DML category is update query. So what's the use of update query? It is for already inserted table which consists of some of the record set, but we want to modify. Sometimes we may wrongly enter the name of the person. So we want to change the name, or if you wrongly enter the marks and you want to change the marks, wrongly attend the attendance, you want to correct the attendance only for the same person and which are available in the existing table. So for that you have to use update query. It goes like this: update table name, set column name is equal to value, which are the columns you want to modify. All the columns you have to set the new value, where the condition you have to give what was the previous one, that is, this is the condition you want to apply for which record set. Okay, for that condition you have to mention just one old data, you have to mention it here. So the example is given here, like update customer table name. Okay, customers, this is the table name. Set, we have to change that is contact name as Alfred, and previously it was okay for customer ID 1. Okay, customer ID 1, what was the last name? Maybe anything. Okay, any name was given, maybe entered, but now it is going to be updated with this two details, like contact name and the city details. Okay, like this. And similarly, you can mention any constraint here, any conditions. Okay, for example, this is for customer, a table with the 10 customers means, okay, it will go and find out customer ID where is 1. For that row, this details are going to be modified. And the second query goes like this: we are going to set the contact name as this, where country is Mexico. So with the table which contains wherever country is Mexico, okay, so people from Mexico can contact this person. This is the detail going to be updated everywhere. So previously, okay, if you have inserted record set with Mexico, consider, suppose 5 records are having details with Mexico, contact country is Mexico. So 5 updates are going to take place, and 5 contact names are going to be changed with Juan. Suppose the existing one is John, it is not going to be modified. Okay, the same thing is going to be there. If it is not there and if it is with some other person's name, then it is going to be updated with this particular data. So this is how the existing value, if you want to already inserted value, if you want to modify, then you should go for update query. The next one is delete query. So what is the use of delete query? So delete query is for deleting any records in a particular table. So with the help of it, you can delete any record set completely. So here the query goes like this: delete from table name where condition. So delete from, so which are the details are going to be deleted. Okay, so here we have written the query, the example. Okay, so example query is like delete from which table, the customer table where customer name was, okay, Alfred. So existing customer name already available in the table with this name, and then the entire record set is going to be deleted. But if you have given delete from customers, then the entire table is going to be deleted. This is only a particular record set is going to be deleted. If you want to delete the entire table content, then you should go for delete. But delete query, when you apply, the structure of the table remains. Okay, so you can retain the structure of the table and with the help of delete query. Then the next query is called select. This is the third query we are going to learn under the category of DML statements. So what's the use of select query? So select query, we can view the table contents, and it returns, when you execute, it returns large number of records which match with the corresponding constraints what you have mentioned. So there are different ways you can write the select query. So it is, the sample is given, select start from table name. So if you have generally applied and only change the table name alone, the entire record set of all the columns, okay, going to be listed out. If you have mentioned select only a particular, for example, 10 columns are there in a table, but you want to view only two columns, means then you have to mention column 1 and column 2, comma you have to use, and you mention the column name here. So here we have mentioned the customer name and city from this table. Customer means only two columns alone, all the records belongs to these two columns are going to be listed out. So this is how you have to write the basic SQL queries. With the help of it, you can do some manipulation with the data. Along with the select query, you are going to apply some of the var classes as well. So what's the use of var class? When the query is having certain condition, when it is valid, it is going to be executed and it fetches the details and it is displayed back to the user. So here comes, we use write generally select column this and this from this table. That's it. Where condition, when you apply, okay. So before that, entire details of the that table, that is all records that are going to be fetched. But here we are going to add some of the condition, where followed by condition. Where is a keyword? So here also you can see select all the records from the customer table where country is Mexico. So if there are 100 customers or details with the customer details are with country Mexico, means all 100 records that will be filtered and will be displayed back. And only customer ID is equal to 1. Okay, if you have mentioned only the customer, only one record set alone will be fetched and will be displayed. If it is a string, then you have to enclose it in single quote, and if it is an integer or numeric number based data type, okay, then you have to mention it without a double quote, without single quote. Okay, so this is how you have to apply where clause. Okay, that is after selecting the columns from which table, okay, then you have to use at last where followed by its condition. So along with where, what are the ways we can, here comes we have applied some of the operator, that is the equal operator we have applied. There are some of the other operators are there. We can use it greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, not equal to, between, like, and in. So what's the use of these operator? We are going to see one by one at the basic syntax and an example. So for example, okay, so here come, we can easily apply. If you want to choose, okay, find out whether number is equal to 1. Okay, so we have applied. If the value is greater than, age greater than 20, so age less than 20. age less than or equal to 20, greater than or equal to 20. Okay, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to 20. Age is not